Okay, so within your Scan and Cut machines, go to Pattern, then go to the holiday icon, and then into the clothing section, and here you will find the flip-flop. Just say OK and say OK. Set, and this puts the flip-flop onto your mat on the machine. Now you need to save it, however you save or transfer it wirelessly through to ScanNCut Canvas. Okay, so I'm in ScanNCut Canvas and I've opened my flip-flop design. The first thing I'm going to do is drag it out to make it a bit bigger. I'm going to make it about 6.5 inches high. It's not vital at this point because we can always resize it later. And I'm going to ever so slightly rotate it so that this line here is a little bit more vertical. This line here I'm looking for. Now I'm going to go to Edit and I'm going to create an offset, and I'm going to make the offset an outward offset, and I'm going to make it about 0.12 and say OK. And then I'm going to work on the offset. So this is the original, this is the offset. So I'm going to move the original just off the page for a minute. With the offset selected, which is the bigger one, I'm going to right click and hit duplicate, and with the duplicate selected I'm going to come to Edit and flip horizontally because I want to line these two up so they overlap. I'm going to select them both and come to Edit and align them along the bottom edge so they sit together here. And then I'm just going to select one and just move it out slightly until I've got just a slight overlap here, enough so that they weld. I'm going to select them both, go to Edit and Weld. So that is now the basic card shape, and this will sit inside it, and this becomes my topper. So I'm just going to move the card base out of the way and I'm just going to work on the topper. So to get the shape where I put the daisy flower on, I went to the path icon and then I clicked and then let go and just drag the mouse out, and then left clicked again and let go, and then I dragged the mouse out here and let go, followed this line down a little bit and clicked and let go, then came back up and just did that, and then went back and double clicked and anchored it. And then I'm just going to zoom in on that section there, and this has given me the bit that allowed me to put the daisy flower on. Now with it selected, you can go in and you can manipulate the nodes if you want to. So I'm going to select this line here by clicking this node, and it's already told me I've got a curve. Add a node into the middle, and then using handles I'm just going to drag this out so it sits a little bit better. Now this node here I've selected, and it's selected this line, and I don't want that a curve, so I'm going to make it a square just so I can drag this node into place, and that will make that sit a little bit better there. Then I'm going to do the same on here. Now this says this is a curve, but this is a bit more of a straight line, so I'm going to make it a straight line, and I'm just going to drag the handles until they meet the outline shape of this flip-flop, and that now is the bit that I cut separately. So I'm just going to zoom back to fit to mat. So that's the section that made the flip-flop. Obviously you can work on it a bit more if you want. If you decide you don't want it as chunky, then once I've selected the lines I can choose to make it a straight line. Just going to move it back into place, and then I want to select this line, and then I can take this up and make it a bit thinner if I want to. You can do whatever you want with this once you've got the basic idea. I'm just going to go back to fit to mat. So that's how we're looking now. If you want to make this a little bit more offset, again, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to double click. I'm going to select a node. And again, it's telling me these are curved lines and I want them to be straight. I just want one node that I can play with. I'm going to off center this slightly, because I think on a flip-flop they are, aren't they? It might be this way actually. I'm going to go back to view, fit to mat, just so it gives me more of an idea of how it's going to look. So this is the basic card. This is the topper that would sit on top, and then I made the flower. And the way I made the flower, I came to the basic shapes and I chose one of the little flat ovals. May have been this one. Then I just rotated it, squashed it in so it was thinner, made it a bit smaller, and then I've shown you how to do this before, but with it selected, hold your Alt key down on your keyboard and then use the rotate handles, and it will duplicate and enable you to rotate on the center axis. Now I've let go, I'm going to press the Alt key down again and drag another one out. Then I'm going to let go, press the Alt key down again and drag another one out. And you can make as many petals as you want. Just going to select this one again. Delete that because I clicked the Alt by mistake. So now I've got an 8-petal daisy, or an 8-petal flower shape. I'm going to select it all and choose Edit and Weld. And then I created a duplicate by right clicking and hitting duplicate. And then the way I lined them up on the card was to line them on top of each other and rotate. Now what you can do, you can select both and group, and then you can place them over your flip-flop card, and you can size them down using the drag handles to get it into proportion to see how you like the look of it. You might want it a bit bigger. And once you're happy with how you think it's going to look on your card, you can then ungroup and cut those as separate shapes. And again, you would cut this as a separate shape. This is your base card, and this is the topper that I cut on my card using pattern paper. And I would put all the elements on one mat and give it a name here. And then save it into your projects and download it directly to your machine or to a USB stick, however you do it, and then cut the various elements however you want, and it will then all line up and make the card that you will see again at the end of the video. So I hope you found that helpful. It's simple, it's just another way of using a shape that's already inbuilt into your ScanNCut machine, and you can turn it into anything you want to. So I hope you found the video helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me any questions or comments below underneath the video on YouTube. If you've got any more ideas or suggestions for videos, leave them in the comments below for me. Tell me if you're going to make the card, how you're going to adapt it, if you're going to adapt it. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.